Rightio, Frank Aldridge from the Integral Group here. Look, another question for the month. This one is, how long should a procurement process take? And so I guess that's a little bit of how long is a piece of string, but yeah, so the answer is, first of all, come back to what your objectives for procurement are. So first of all, know what you want. Then attract the best, choose the right ones, manage them fairly. That's our 4 objectives. So the key in there is first of all, know what you want. So we've seen some projects to get to the point of knowing where they want, take anything up to 2 years. Now we hope that doesn't become the norm, but you know, there was a pretty big one, and it was around an ERP system. But once you've done that part, and we said, right, we've got a process we go through, we get a strategy sorted out, then we do the planning, and I guess once we hit the go button, that can be anything from 4 to 8 weeks. And we typically will do a 2-stage approach. So what that means is we'll do a registration of interest first, then a request for proposal second. There's a whole lot of reasons for that, not going into them today. But by doing a really simple registration of interest, we can make that quite a short time frame. All we're asking in there is, you know, maybe some mandatories around your insurance, and you know, sometimes financials, but don't do that unless you have to. There might be some qualifications, there might be a location you've got to have. Outside that, then we'll just ask, hey, where have you done this stuff before? The objective of the registration of interest is to get a short list. Bang, we've got one. So by making that quite simple, we don't have to make it very long. We also send those registration of interest out to known suppliers, as well as putting it up on some public, whether it's Gets or whether it's Tenderlink, something like that. Okay, but having done that, when we're starting the project, we set up all the key dates for the whole thing. So with our evaluation team, we then sit down, we've got a little process we do for this. It takes about an hour, but we lock in every key date, from evaluating registration of interest, to talking to suppliers, to evaluating the request for proposals, to doing workshops, to setting up the contract. We lock in all those key dates. And so by doing that, we can hit it at speed. And so typically it's from starting that registration of interest to finishing the request for a proposal. That's a big word to get out. Typically somewhere in the 4 weeks, 8 weeks max. Now that's a lot shorter than most people do it, but how do we do that? We have our ducks in a row. We get the plan done and we stick to the plan. We have everyone's dates locked in diaries. If you can't make that date, you're off the team, right? So it's that sort of discipline. But also by planning that out 6 or 8 weeks in advance, their diaries are pretty clear, all right? So we get first dibs on them. So that's what we do, and we do it day in, day out. How many have we done like that? Dozens and dozens, all right? And it works. So have a crack.